just so you know, if you lose, I'm sending you to Sunderland in a Newcastle shirt in their busiest bar.
I've been fantastic.
No, you haven't.
No, that's lies. I don't think we can really give too much info. You're 93rd, I'm 47.
And actually, one more little chat on another team, Man United. Hi, I'm Jermaine Jenas.
And I'm Jermaine Pennant.
And this is episode 16 of the Wildcards podcast, the show where we talk about everything to do with fantasy football and everything that's going on in the Premier League as well. How you been, mate?
I've been fantastic.
No, you haven't.
No, that's a lie. That's lies. That is full on lies. And I'm not going to start the show with a lie.
Yeah, another one.
Yeah, it's not been good. It's not been good.
Oh, not been good?
It's not been It's been tough for me this week.
We're gonna have a real good deep dive into it, I think, at some point. But I would like just, you said it's not been good. Just somewhat short, like your initial feelings, just like about Slot, for example. Like, is he staying for you, or is it time to start shifting him out the door?
It's a tough one because there's no point in getting rid of a manager and there's no one out there.
Yeah,
because we've seen teams do that and what the rut they find themselves in. So you don't want to just get rid of a manager and bring someone in to fill that gap as a stopgap. You might as well wait and see what happens and see if someone comes available who's better. So right now, we just have to make do with what we got.
All right. Well, I've got questions.
Yep.
I've got questions, and you're going to be on camera. You got a new fade, so you're good to go.
Yeah.
But first, we've got to get into the fantasy football side of things. Last week was a bit weird, wasn't it?
It was.
It was a weird week. You know what's annoying me, right? For a man in my position who's been scrambling for a while, I feel like I've taken two reasonable risks, like over the last couple of weeks, and none of them have paid dividend. None of them. So not captaining Haaland for 2 weeks, right? The only benefit as Haaland hasn't popped off in those 2 games. But, when you just think, J.Pedro's had 2 games there, Wolves at home and then Burnley away, where he could have really just got me a bit closer, and he's just been not done anything. It's really annoyed me. And then if you add to that, this week, Caicedo was my fault, right? Because it was a big gamble. I know he's on international duty. He probably weren't going to play. Semenyo was another gamble. I saw 75%. It's not very often you see 75% and then they don't play, is it? Really?
But I think everyone left Semenyo on the risk that he's playing.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't play, then okay, your player would come in who you would put him in anyway. Precisely, so that's not really a massive risk with Semenyo. Mateta, I thought at Wolves,
buffet
time, right?
Yeah.
Wolves are conceding goals left, right, and centre. We've had this on the last podcast where they concede minimum 3 goals, 2 goals to 3.
Yeah.
And he gets hooked.
Oh, yeah.
He gets hooked before they even... I didn't even get 2 points out of him. And I thought, you know what? Haaland, Newcastle is going to be difficult.
Yeah.
Everyone's putting Haaland as captain. So I thought, right, great differential here. Mateta should bag, hopefully.
Yeah, I agree.
Hooked. Got me 1 point as my captain. And that just hurts. And then you see Ezri get you 20 points. And you could have...
he saved both of them.
It's just, with FPL, it's taking big gambles. And if they pay off... you get rewarded massively.
Especially post-international break. Because I think post-international... That's why I'm very happy the international break's done now.
Yeah.
Or breaks are done till New Year. Because it's just... like the impact on the teams and the rotation now that's happening with all these teams, it's just a lot to...
that rotation.
It is though, isn't it?
Stop it.
So Chelsea, wow.
I
not pick a Chelsea player.
I was watching this game on purpose here because I've got James for clean sheet, maybe getting the assist for me. Half time comes out, he's not even coming out of the tunnel. I'm like, no.
He did that to me earlier in the year.
No, James.
Did it to me. Same. In fact, I don't think he started.
I can't trust him.
No, I agree.
It's not even him. It's Maresca, but I can't trust him to stay on the pitch for longer than 60 minutes.
Love him as a player, but he's never going in my team again. 100%.
Yeah.
Too much cotton wool going on around him.
Annoying.
So, yeah, it was I think it was a frustrating week for a lot of people, though. I don't think it was just us.
No.
You came in with 50 points, which currently leaves you on 694 points, 44th in the league. 45 points when basically 2 of my players didn't get points. I think I'll take that. It's another loss though. 634 points. That puts me. See, I just slid by that. Just quickly slid by it.
Where are you in the league?
It's 96th, bro. 96th, man.
Dang.
Yeah, it's bleak. It's very, very bleak, I have to say. But I think because of the consistent nature to me losing, you've run out of ideas for forfeits.
I've run out of forfeits, yeah.
So like, what's the conclusion we've come to for the forfeits?
So we're no longer we're gonna do the forfeit, a big forfeit at the end of the season.
Oh, big.
Yeah. So, it'll be adding up all the way to the end of the season, a big forfeit. But in the meantime, we're gonna do like a points differential. So if, say next week I get 60 points and you get 40, that's a 20-point differential. You've got to put £20 in the kitty for our Xmas party.
Fantastic news, yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
So that's what we're going to do for the forfeits. But otherwise, you'd be doing something stupid every other week. It's not fair.
No, slow down. You know what the worst part was?
Do you know what? You can't argue that.
I know.
You've won 1 out of how many weeks?
I know. You know what the worst part was? Is I was sat here like going, yeah, I know. Yeah. I'm taking L's like left, right and centre. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe like Liverpool.
I've lost all kinds of confidence. It's not even funny. The end of season one's interesting. That's going to be a big one then, yeah?
I think it should be, yeah.
Just so you know, if you lose, I'm sending you to Sunderland in a Newcastle shirt in their busiest bar to watch all the 3 o'clock kickoffs.
If you lose, I'm sending you Beijing.
Had to go there, yeah? Had to go there.
Only line of defense.
Only line of defense.
If you know, you know. Right, moving on swiftly.
What you got for me?
Eze got his out of a hole.
Yeah.
Are you keeping him in? Because there was talk about, he's blanked a couple of times, not got you.
He's been in for time for me. Both of us, he's been in for a while. And you know what? He's just one of those players that when I watch him, I'm just like, I've spoken a lot about this midfield section and DEFCON and stuff like that and trying to get more defensive type players in there. He's not coming out. He's not coming out because, it's going to take something drastic, obviously. Like Ødegaard, I think, was back last night, wasn't he? But I just feel like Ez is the man right now.
He is.
I feel like he's the man right now. And I think that he's got himself into a position where, regardless who's there, like Ødegaard, Moreno, like name names, but I feel like he's the guy for Arteta now. And I think he's going to deliver. I think his confidence is just growing and growing in that Arsenal shit. He just looks comfortable, doesn't he? I think this is the thing what pissed Tottenham fans off most. Like, number one, obviously, he's going to mug the hat-trick. But the one thing you knew about Ezra, he was going to hit the ground running. Because he's just been in the league and he knew, he felt comfortable with the players. And you know what? Like, as much as I hated that game last week, you couldn't help but love the moment for him. You know, from a footballing perspective, you couldn't help but just love the moment for him. He deserved it. So he is staying in, no doubt.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that scoring a hat-trick in a North London derby, I think cements his place to be ahead right now of Ødegaard.
Yeah, I agree.
That's just going to do all sorts as well, moving forward for his confidence. He's on top of the world. And then once you've got that feeling, you go into every game on a high. Yeah. Like you feel like you can't do any wrong.
Yeah, 100%.
And you saw it again with the assist last night for Martinelli.
Yeah, he's killing it.
So,
guys, absolutely.
Yeah, for me, it's going to stay in. He's staying in. But there was questions of, maybe do I change him because he'd have a couple of flat weeks. But after this couple of performances, for me, is a must. I think he's going to be kind of the engine in the attacking phase for Arsenal.
Yeah. So, I'll tell you what, smart move with the old getting Liverpool players out of your team.
Yes.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you called it early, but when you're a Liverpool fan, like, it's hard, isn't it? It is a little bit harder taking these players out of your team because in your mind, especially when it's Liverpool, and we thought they turned the corner against Madrid. Everyone's kind of got, they're back now. They had the Madrid result, and you thought, right, they're going to follow that up and follow it up. And it's just not gone that way. But you early doors was like, Virgil had to come out.
Well, first, so I took Gakpo out first. And then I took Virgil out after the Man City walloping.
Yeah.
But it is hard because it's your team. And why it's hard as well is because they are a good team.
Great players.
And they can produce numbers. They can clear clean sheets. Gakpo can score. So it's hard, but what I'm seeing just cannot justify risking putting in your fantasy team.
No.
At the minute, they are not stable.
No, they're not.
It's you know,
so serious.
They
are not stable.
I can remember I think in our pilot we spoke about Spurs. You're going, Thomas Frank. They'll keep clean sheets this season. Defensively, they're going to be strong.
Absolutely not.
No, absolutely. Are you staying well clear of any? Spurs
but I've got Van der Ven in, and he's coming out.
Is he coming out?
What's the point? And you know what the worst part is, right? I don't think I blame the defense. It's a mad scenario with Spurs. Don't get me wrong, there's always a couple of goals where you're like, what are you doing there? Like the first goal against Arsenal the other day, the Trossard goal. I mean, when you got 5 at the back, that shouldn't be happening.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
You shouldn't be getting caught square like that. No. It was a great ball from Marino, but you shouldn't be getting caught square like that. So, but the majority of the time, what I find with the defensive of Tottenham is, I think there's just constant pressure because the ball up top is not sticking enough. And they're not, when they get into good positions to create chances, they're not creating the chances. So all of that does is it just adds more and more pressure to your team constantly to defend well. And he's under a bit of pressure, Thomas Frank, I think. I think if you look at the scenario with Spurs in particular and the decisions that are being made like at board level and behind the scenes, I've got a feeling January is going to be quite an interesting window for them. Because, there's a lot of talk about them finally spending some proper money on players. And, it's a short space of time, but they'll definitely be having a little look at him, I think. I'm thinking, are you the guy? Are you the one that's going to be taking us? I mean, I would like to see him have, obviously, a real good run at it. He has been missing some good players. But there's definitely a few things in there that are causing a few question marks, and it won't take long, I don't think, for those Spurs fans to turn. Like the next home game is going to be interesting to see the response to him, I have to say.
The striker issue for me is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a big problem. It's a big problem. But they've got, they went and spent 60-odd million on Solanke, and he's injured. 50 million on Richarlison. It's not like they haven't spent money, but they just got
the recruitment of players totally wrong.
Well, it's either the recruitment or the style of play is not fitting. There's something there where it's like, well, from a forward line perspective, and we've said this before, like losing Son and Kane and then going to what they've got it's a huge drop.
Yeah,
it's a huge drop.
Bit of a downgrade, isn't it?
It is, and that's why I think that like now, looking at the Ezra situation, I don't know if they can afford to miss out on Semenyo. I don't know if they can, I honestly feel like they need to make a serious statement. And that the Sonny replacement it's not been replaced, Son. Okay? You can accept like through the middle Kane, because you're like, you know what? When Solanke's back, he'll bag goals, not to the Kane level, but he's a good striker. You've got Richarlison as a bit of backup, and you've got Kolo Muani now, who all can play through there, okay, and do a job. Okay, fine. That wide left area, you've had Simmons out there. Last night, Bergvall played out there. Played bloody well, by the way. What a player he is. You had Bergvall out there on the left, but you've not replaced Son with that direct running power, people who can go by people and cause problems and score goals. So if they allow Semenyo to slip through their fingers, I think there'll be uproar.
But if there's stiff competition...
Well, if it's Liverpool, got no chance.
There you go. If it's Liverpool are coming in, because I think they should.
Can they?
Well...
Money-wise, can they?
I don't see why not.
I just don't see why you'd sell Luis Diaz and then bring in Semenyo.
I think the Luis Diaz was more him than Liverpool. Yeah, I think it was him because of the contract situation. He was one of the lowest paid players there.
Oh, right. So I thought it was like a, what's it called? PSR situation.
No. It was more of, I think, probably leaning towards Luis Diaz's decision.
Okay.
To try something else. But yeah, I think if Semenyo, like I said, if Liverpool, Man City rumoured coming, then I think Spurs may be in a bit of a pickle there.
Bottom line is they're coming out.
Yeah.
Because I can't trust them. It's simple as that. For people listening, I think, I always like to see the transferred out type situation, because number one, I always like to see who's in my team. And again, my team's full of them. So most transferred out in order. Gabriel's the obvious one because he got injured. Then you've got Semenyo.
I've got.
In my team. J.Pedro.
I've got.
In my team. Caicedo. In my team. Reinders. In my team.
That's 2 weeks back to back that everyone's transferring players out who you've got.
At least like 4 out of the 5 every single week.
But we like to talk about the most transferred in. So there's Tiago from Brentford. In. Ezri in. Munoz in. Timber is in. And this is a surprising one. I think on the back of the scoring the goal, 2 goals against Leeds, Morgan Rogers in.
Oh.
We've not really mentioned last season he was
in every week.
Bits. It was 5 points.
Big price hike. Big price hike.
Million, I think. And everyone I think had Morgan Rogers.
Big price hike. He was so cheap last year. I'm doing bits. So
he's 7 something now. So it's 2 million is a lot in FPL.
You know what though? When you're looking at say like the Semenyo situation, I think he's a viable. He's definitely a viable option to look at.
Yeah,
because he's on fire right now. You saw Thomas Tuchel all over him. I think he's someone to have a look at. The Igor one as well. None of us have any of us took the jump with Igor yet?
No,
we've been talking about him for about 5 weeks, and not one of us has made that jump.
The jury's still out with Igor for me.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think he's the main guy at Forest. If you look at their goals, it's kind of coming from everywhere apart from Igor at the minute. Yeah, we scored a couple, but I just think, you got Anderson, you got Gibbs White, players like that.
No, I'm with you.
Even the defenders seem to be scoring in the minute. So
what about Tiago at Brentford?
Yes.
You've had him in, haven't you?
I've not had him in. I tried to get him in, so I had to work around, but I'm getting him in.
Somebody to have a look at, definitely.
Because I've got João, I've got Mateta, his fixture against Man United. Thing is with Mateta is it hit or miss.
Yeah, but when he pops off.
But that is the thing, is it? But it's quite a lot as well. It's 8 million.
Yeah.
And that's, I think for me, that's a lot of money to be hoping, is he going to pop off?
But the forward section, we spoke a lot about midfield last week, didn't we? And the DEFCON situation and the moves that people should be thinking about making to get those points. None of which have come to fruition for me, by the way, in 2 weeks. With Caicedo in there. To be fair, Sar's more of an attacker as well, so I've not really had the benefit of more than one defensive midfielder. But actually, the striker situation is just as big a problem for people, I think.
Well, this is what I said. This is what I said. Playing 3 is for me is a no-go.
Yeah,
because if I did have to play, I ended up playing 3 because Semenyo got injured, so my substitution came in, made me have 3 strikers. In total, J.Pedro got 1. My captain got me 2, and Haaland got 2. That's just a waste of players. I can get 2 points just for playing 9 minutes from a midfielder with the option of a clean sheet, maybe some DEFCON points.
Yeah.
So this is why I've said at the start last show that me playing 3 is a no-go, and it's having one big hitter and someone around him who can do a job like a Thiago at Brentford or anyone else. And then you've got a lot of money to spend elsewhere.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about, because the strikers are the most expensive players in the game. So having one and then a cheaper version that does well, like Thiago, for me is the way to go.
Yes, it's something to look at, definitely. The team that's really hurting me that I've just ignored all season on the basis of they'll do okay and we'll see what's what. Everton.
Yeah, I just
who is it in our group who's got Everton players? Is it Sam?
Sam has got Ndai.
He's got Ndai, and who's got? Someone's had Keenan Dewsbury Hall for
Dewsbury Hall.
That
one's oh my god!
I think that's Noz. I think it's Noz who's got Dewsbury Hall.
Every time he puts him on the bench, he seems to come through. He gets a player not starting, and then Dewsbury Hall comes in and grabs in 9 points.
Yeah, there's a good few Everton players that we're sleeping on that are collecting points. People like Michael Keane, Pickford, like you said, in midfield, attack it like Ndai up front. There's some points there that I'm just been ignoring that I'm going to have to start taking seriously.
Absolutely.
At some point.
Like, Dewsbury Hall was a great one for your bench.
Yeah.
He's a fantastic player for your bench.
If you want to start bolstering that bench.
If a player's injured and nothing you can do, he comes in, or there's a tough fixture and you think, I'm going to get him out, and then you just throw him. I think he's a vital squad player.
Yeah, he is. One of the big topics this week, and something I'm going to have to really mull over. Do I triple captain Haaland this weekend?
sake.
What?
I hate you sometimes.
You hate me?
Yeah.
Why? What have I done now?
Because I didn't think you would notice. I thought you'd just,
It's Leeds.
I was just hoping that you weren't going to talk about it because I was not going to bring it up. That's all this week.
A lot of people in our other group, they've used triple captain already.
They've used triple captain already.
Yeah. A couple of them got away with it as well. Do you remember he scored those 2 last minuters?
Yeah.
It feels like now or never.
Well, game week 19, it scrubs out and then you get your new ones.
Yeah.
So we've got 6, is it what? How many? Yeah, 6 game weeks left.
Yeah.
But out of those 6 game week fixtures, you would say this is the best one.
Well, let me have a look. So we have got, from City's point of view, they've got Leeds this week.
Yeah.
Leeds at home this week. So by the time you then game week 14.
Fulham away. Horrible little fixture.
Sunderland at home. Game week 15.
Listen, Sunderland, good team, mate. You don't want to bank against Sunderland. Like,
you know what I would say?
There'll be goals and they'll win, but it won't be a thrashing.
Yeah, they've not
got thrashed.
I don't think they have they?
They've not been thrashed yet.
Yeah, I don't think they have. So
still waiting for it, but they've not been thrashed.
Then they got Palace game week 16.
No, horrible.
West Ham game week 17.
They're picking up.
They will have by then, definitely.
They are now.
They've got Forest away game week 18.
Tough place to go.
And then game week 19, you've got a new one. And is it game week 19?
On game week 19,
it won't be that day, surely.
Your new wildcard chip or your chips restart again.
Yeah, but the games are... So game week 19, so even in December, the new chips will come?
Yeah.
Because that's from the 30th of December.
Well, I think the last day is the 19th. One. You have to use it by 19th.
All right, cool. All right, well...
Don't quote me on that, guys, but I don't want to give you
Don't quote me on it. I think the last game is the 19th.
But,
you just literally...
Don't, take my word for gospel, but I think potentially that's the...
So essentially what we're saying is the pick is either Leeds at home...
Yeah.
Or Sunderland at home.
You said that, I didn't. I'm saying Leeds. You're saying Sunderland.
No, I'm not saying Sunderland.
Well,
we both agreed that Sunderland are not shipping a lot of goals.
Yeah, but I'm not agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with Leeds.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying that it's another option. If you wanted to kind of gamble on the fact that, our City in a little bit of a bad spot, it just lost 2 in a spin again. You don't know. They might be in a bit of a lull. Do you swerve the Leeds game and think, right, they might pick their form back up?
I've got, do you know what? Forfeit. All right.
Because
you lost this week. I got 50 points. You got 45. You triple captain Sunderland. I triple captain Leeds.
Absolutely not.
Why not?
Number one, I started the conversation about triple captain, if you don't remember. Okay. And you just had a whole meltdown talking about, I didn't realise you was going to remember and I thought you was going to forget. Like, what part of you don't realise that I was looking to triple captain Haaland against Leeds anyway? I'm just giving some other options for people.
I'm sure
this show's not just about you,
I'm
that.
I'm sure they are aware that Sunderland are coming up shortly.
Yeah, but I think when you're listening, I know you do.
I don't think we can really give too much info. You're 93rd, I'm 47th. Don't listen to us, guys. We're going to give her your best. We do our best, all right? Just say it.
That's a fair point. That is a fair point.
But no, yeah, it's it would be one of those 2 games. Probably.
All right. Well, I've got a free sub to use. Not free sub, sorry.
Free hit?
No, not free hit. Help me out. Come on.
Bench boost? Wild card?
Wow. You're really not helping me today.
They're the only ones left, bro.
I've got a free transfer. Sorry, there we go.
Oh, well, that's a standard. Everyone gets a free transfer.
No. If you make subs, I'll get 2 then. I've got 2. I didn't make any subs I didn't make any changes last week.
Did you not?
No.
Oh, so you've got 2.
So I've got 2. So I've got 2 to play with this week.
Yeah. That could be big.
Could be big.
Could be big.
It feels it.
The worst thing is I'm not worried.
It feels big. I've got some stuff to do. So, yeah, I think triple captain Haaland. Probably take J.Pedro out. And maybe Semenyo as well.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
And who, for the listeners, who were you thinking of bringing in?
I need to go and have a proper look at...
For J.Pedro?
No, J.Pedro, you know what? I would say from the start of the season, I've backed J.Pedro and he's not really delivered.
Yeah.
Where I give him grace, he's not that expensive when it comes to strikers, so you kind of allow it. I just don't see him getting double figures anytime quick. So I think I'm quite happy to take him out.
Mm-hmm.
The options up top, I think that Igor is definitely someone I'm going to have a look at. Depending on their, Burnley at home this week. That just stinks a 2-2.
That stinks
or 3-3 or something.
3-2
yeah.
Forest.
I feel like him.
Brace.
Sorry, Forest. I'm on about Tiago. Sorry, not Igor.
Oh, Tiago.
Yeah, Tiago. So it's Brentford v Burnley. So Tiago's the one that I'm going to be looking to bring in because I think that there's goals in that game, and he's a cheap option like we spoke about, and I think also Rodgers. I think he's starting to play well. Wolves at home.
Well, I just want to say that I'm taking out Pedro.
J.Pedro or Pedro Neto?
J.Pedro.
Yeah.
And I'm putting on Igor from Brentford. What?
So he's basically doing the same thing as me?
I spoke to our team earlier on and that's
You're a disgrace, you know
That's what I was doing.
We're going to have to start doing something.
We're
going to have to start doing something.
Can I... Team, did I not say I'm taking out J.Pedro and putting in Brentford?
When?
Before you got here.
Okay, that's fair
I
enough.
said this. And
Phoebe's always going to back you, though. Do you know what I mean? Chelsea fan, she just hates Tottenham. No matter what is said, she's going to back you, no matter what.
Anyway.
All right, well, big week coming up, man. Yeah. I can feel something like changing. Something's going to change. You're going to hit it along with your team. That's where I see you going.
I'm nowhere near my team. I've got none of my team players in there for starters.
I can see you and Liverpool going in a similar trajectory for the rest of the season.
And some good news for the Wildcards League. Our producer is now knocked off the top spot. He dropped to second.
Woo!
Fantastic news. Some of that. Sam Leishman has now overtook him in his number one spot. Game week winner for this week with 70 points is Luke Davis. Congratulations, sir.
Luke Davis. Well done, son.
Get in touch.
Well done.
And you can get a mug.
Yeah.
Wildcards.
They're flying out now, aren't they?
Flying out.
It's starting to annoy me.
Mate.
People are like sending them to me, and I'm just like, I've not had one.
Yeah, I don't know that.
How can the two owners, leaders, like creators of the Wildcards podcast not have their own official, fully earned mug? Like, obviously, we've got our mugs behind us for like decor reasons, but it's like trophies. You can't touch them.
I know.
Unless you've earned them.
I go in my cupboard to have a coffee and there's just no Wildcards there.
Nothing. So we need to step up our game this week.
So congratulations, guys.
Yeah, well done. Right, you lot, thank you very much for listening to us, for following our journey. We really do appreciate your support. So wherever you go and get your podcasts, follow us at Wildcards. Also on social media, we are at Wildcards Pod. Send us your dilemmas, send us your issues or whatever. I mean, we're not doing great. I'll be honest with you. We're not doing great. But
don't send it to JJ.
Maybe we can just be sad together or something. But either way, get in touch because like has been said, if you win any week that we're playing, and at the minute we've got over 150 players or around that 150 player mark within the podcast. So if you win, you will get a Wildcards mug, which you can send to us and absolutely, obviously, rub it in our faces because we haven't won one yet. So keep following, keep liking, keep subscribing, and enjoy the journey.
Bro, so I want to talk about your old team.
They're crap. Can we move on?
So after the North London derby drubbing, and then do you know what? I looked on the scores and I saw them leading against PSG.
Yeah, they played well in the first half.
I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And then
I knew they weren't going to win.
Full time, I was like, oh.
Yeah, it was a given.
Yeah. So is it time to maybe, with my club as well, start making changes, bringing the youngsters, Bergwijn, Gray.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? Bergwijn and Gray played last night.
Yeah.
Started the game and were brilliant. I thought in the first half in particular, they were both very good. I would personally have Bergwijn in my team week in, week out. I think he's probably their best midfielder
He's grown, hasn't he? He's grown into that shirt.
Yeah, and I just think that the more he plays week in, week out, the better and better he's going to get. Gray, obviously Archie's got great potential. And it's just kind of whether... is he better than Bentancur, Paulinho? I think when those players are on it, you'd still have them in. But I definitely you've been saying it for weeks about Liverpool in terms of like a formation shift, right? Well, Spurs went for something last week and it backfired. And those are the kind of issues that you have, I think, sometimes as a manager. Do you just kind of stick with what you're doing, have belief in your team? Because you know what it's like as well as a player. I used to absolutely hate, if we went to play against like a big team that played 4-4-2, right? And our manager just tried to do something crazy. To me, it just stinks of fear, you know. And with that particular way that they set up against Arsenal, they set up to get beat. You can't play. And then weirdly, last night I watched them against PSG, and they are pressing like mad from the front. And 4-4-2, I think it suited them a little bit. Richarlison had a partner. He did go with 4 midfielders, which was a little bit more negative instead of having like maybe Kudus playing or whatever. So I don't know if it's like, just get the youngsters in. I definitely want to see Bergwall in there, 100%. But, you know, some of the problems you'll run into if you go with, say, like a 4-4-2 and you change the systems, like where'd you put Simmons? I don't see him really being able to even play in a 4-4-2 personally, unless he plays up front with Richarlison. So you've caused yourself an issue with that. I just think off the back of that North London derby, I really hope some proper serious conversations were had, because we were in here and the one thing I was talking about was what's annoying me about their last 3-4 appearances at the Emirates is they just don't turn up.
Yeah.
And then they go and do the same thing again. And you just think, you know, when are they going to get it? And I've never really been one to throw like effort at players because we've been there and you're always trying. You know, whether people like it or not.
You don't step on cross that line and not try.
No,
you give it your all. Yeah. Sometimes it might not just come off.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Liverpool now, where you're like, because they're conceding a lot of goals, that it's easy for people to throw at them, they've given up, or they're not trying, or the manager's lost them.
They're trying.
Yeah, but sometimes you're just so like, either like the confidence is shot in the team, or you're a bit lost in terms of maybe what the manager's trying to get across. And, you know, I think with Spurs and Liverpool at the minute, I look at them both and I just think, don't know, they just seem a little bit confused right now as to kind of what they are or who they're trying to be. So a lot of big decisions for, you know, for the manager to make. Because like I said earlier on in the show, I genuinely think that, you know, come the end of the year, if things ain't changed drastically, I honestly don't think he'll be there.
Thomas Frank.
Yeah, I don't think Thomas Frank will be there. But we kind of touched on you lot, Liverpool, at the start of the show. So I don't think Slot should go, number one. I was listening to the radio this morning and they had fans on kind of going crazy, like, it's time for him to go. And he's a good manager, right? But can you pinpoint it down to a specific thing as to why? Like, let's have a look at the defence, for example, right? Is it just something as simple as losing Trent, not having Robertson as part of that back four is now what's cost them defensively? Or is it fair to say that they were having certain issues maybe at right back and left back anyway?
No, because people used to talk about Trent saying that he couldn't really defend.
Yeah.
So you can't now say, we've lost Trent, so so that excuse is
and Robertson was having a bit of a downturn in his time at Liverpool, though.
You know, now we've got Coco, so that's even better now, a fresher and younger Andy Robertson. So we can't use that as an excuse. This centre-back pairing won the league last season. I just think right now he's lost the changing room.
Do you?
He's not in a negative way, not in a way where there's no respect or they don't think he can do the job. As in, Arnie Slot is like, where do I go? What do I do? What do I do now? You're the commander-in-chief. So he's got his players looking at the manager going, so what do we do now? He doesn't know what he's doing. The players don't know where they are. So at the minute, they're just all over their gaff. So that's why I'm saying he's lost a change room. Like, they're going on that pitch thinking, right, what's our game plan then?
Yeah.
Because nothing's changing. Nothing's changed. Same kind of style, but we're conceding. Next game, same setup. Same pressing style. We concede 3. Continue. PSV. We concede 4. So the players are like going, well,
this ain't working.
This ain't working. But end of the day, you're the commander-in-chief. You're the one that we listen to. So if you tell us to play this way, if you tell us this is the formation, this is what we're doing. So he's probably in his staff like going, scratching his head like, I don't know. Do we just continue playing the same way? So Wase, he's lost his change room. It's like no one knows where they are at the moment.
Yeah.
They're just in limbo until he changes something and makes big decisions like take off Salah, not start Salah. Because before you could leave him on because his numbers was fantastic. He was scoring your goals. So that defensive capabilities that he doesn't offer you are non-existent. You don't mind because he will score, he will win your games, he will assist. You're not getting that now. So if you're not getting the output from an attacking sense and you're not getting the defense, take him out. Put someone else on that right who can help out a little bit more defensively strong. It's just little tweaks.
Yeah.
Formations and tweaks are massive. Nottingham Forest at Ange Postecoglou, they lost 7 straight games. 7 straight games. They brought in Sean Dyche. They've not signed new players. No. It's the same team, exact same players, different formation, different style. Yeah. And they go to Anfield to win. They've won back-to-back games. They look a different team.
Correct.
So formation and tactics are crucial. And if Slot is going 9 games losing streak and not changing anything, you're going to lose your job.
What though? Because, you know, we'd have been in situations very similar, like as players. And is it easy just to blame the manager?
But it is easy, but they're both at fault. Managers at fault, players are not playing as half as they could. The goal that Konate gave away last night is a professional footballer. You should not be miss-kicking the ball. You should not see the ball bounce, go to kick it and miss it altogether. That's what you see from people who have never played the game. That should not happen. I understand you may kick the ball and it may shank and come off a shin pad or and go left. But to miss-kick the ball as a professional footballer, asking for a new contract of 200 to be one of the highest paid, that's a no-go.
Yeah, I hear you.
That is a no-go. To then lead to score a goal. He's made 3 faults in 3 consecutive games that have led to a goal. A professional footballer should not be doing that.
Here's one for you. Had they signed Mark Gahey...
Oh, Jay, we won't have this conversation.
You don't think so?
I'm telling you now. When they didn't sign him, I was kind of, all the signings that we made, over the moon. But then when that one didn't go through, I was like, oh, this one kind of, for some reason, it just hurt. I was like, damn it. Even though we spent 400 million, I was like, damn it.
In a weird way, right? You know, when kind of... I was listening to an interview with Ezra the other day. And, you know, obviously he has a huge belief in God. And I'm right, you know, rightly so, that there are his beliefs. And he was talking about like certain moments in his career where he wasn't able to, he thought he should be doing something in terms of, he should have been in an England squad, but he wasn't. Or he should have been going to that, but he got injured. And he was able then to like accept that he's not in control, essentially. All he can do is prepare himself all the time. And when it's his time, it's his time. And you can't help but think with that Gahey one there. I know you're saying that he's gone in there. If he goes in there, it changes. But if he goes in there and it don't change, and it's the same scenario as what they're going through now, it's a tough start for you, isn't it? It's a tough start for your Liverpool career. So he's maybe just like, number 1, swerve on a little bit. And number 2, like, might get another 50 grand on top of his contract per week because they are desperate for him come January.
I think, like I said, he's dodged the bullet because the way they are now, you don't want that heat and you don't want to be, you know, at a Florian Wirtz where everyone's questioning, can he handle it? Is it worth it?
Yeah. Isak's getting it a little bit as well.
Isak's getting it. So everyone's really getting it, who's apart from probably Ekitike.
Yeah.
But in hindsight, you would never have imagined this start for Liverpool.
No.
So for him to, he would want to have joined.
Yeah.
And if he did join, would they be in this position right now?
No. Agreed.
So there's all,
So big things to be done. I think the last thing I'd like to say on the Liverpool situation is you'd like to think, I know we spoke about the manager, but you would like to think there's enough senior pros in that team that have done enough serious stuff in their career that they'll be able to kind of get together without the manager and say, this is getting embarrassing now.
Yeah, you know, they are. Curtis Jones came out and he spoke very harshly of where Liverpool are at, what he's seeing, the performances. It's you know, uncharted territory. But again, the manager has got to step up and go, right, stop playing our best midfielder's right back. We've got some players who can play in there. We've got, you know, Gomez who can play right back. So tweak things, change things. Yeah. It's time to change things. It's not as if they're playing well but losing.
Yeah, I get you.
They're playing awful.
Yeah, change it up.
Yeah, change it up.
Yeah, it's true.
Just a little bit.
Something fresh, something different. I totally agree.
Well, they've got West Ham at the weekend, and you know, the last 3 games, I was thinking, you know, right, 3 points, Forest, PSV win, West Ham,
City.
Points, I think, on the card. Now I don't know. Now I have no idea. Look, I want my team to win 100% against West Ham, but if they was to lose, is that a blessing in disguise? As in, something has to happen. If they was to lose to West Ham, it would force hands. Whether it's up, left, right, below, manager change something. Something will have to happen.
You're really skirting around the edges here. What are you saying?
If they was to lose to West Ham, something would have to happen.
Stop saying that. But give me something.
Whether the manager gets a tic-tac.
Wow.
Whether Slot changes complete idea, style, formation, and personnel.
Okay.
The thing is, if they want to sack him, who's out there?
Salah out, maybe.
Maybe.
Something big's got to happen is what you're saying.
Xabi Alonso, you know, he's under pressure at Real Madrid.
Is he?
Well, he was, yeah. He was, I think, a rumoured ultimatum. But if he was to come to Liverpool, you'd get best out of Florian Wirtz. He had him at Leverkusen. Frimpong. But I think if there was to lose, it would change a lot of hands within the board and within Slot. I don't want them to, but if they did, I've got to be careful because I work for Liverpool.
Yeah, you were half strong. It was a bit weak. It was a little bit weak. You're better than that.
Got to be careful.
It was a little bit weak, but we'll let you off. Right, let's talk about the other mob, shall we? The Gooners. First of all, got to congratulate them. Congratulations, Arsenal, winning the league. Probably a double this week as well. This year, I think.
They're in a great place.
I think they're going to get a double this year, definitely. Minimum double. Could be a treble. Congratulations, you Arsenal fans.
Bad guy.
Why I got to congratulate them? It's been a while.
Listen. They're cruising. They're cruising for
flying.
a bruising.
They are flying.
They're flying. You know, I said a massive test would be against Bayern Munich.
I mean, like, I'm sorry, but the back-to-back games, I know it's Tottenham, but like having a nightmare. But any like North London derby you're going into is just a heightened experience. Yeah. So they've come through that with flying colours, and then go against probably
the informed
best team in Europe.
Team in Europe.
Yeah.
Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Bagging left, right, centre. Arsenal are just at the moment they're in a league of their own. But it's the early days, and if they continue playing like this, even with injuries, they've got such a strong squad, massive depth.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They can bring in whoever.
Look, obviously, I have a bit of a laugh with the whole like congratulations thing, right? But you know, like when you're doing the maths in your head, I just think it's impossible now for them to lose the league. I genuinely think it's impossible because the others are just not there. Like, you know, I think Chelsea have got a rick in them somewhere. Liverpool have, I think, left too much space, to be honest with you.
Put Liverpool out of it.
City can't seem to just get that run going where they so who else is coming to the party?
No, the challenges of falling off, and like you said, I think for Arsenal not to win this league, it's not down to other teams, it's down to themselves.
They're going to win it.
Yeah, I think they are going to win it.
They've got two 11s that are unbelievable.
Yeah.
You know, is it Madueke was back last night, wasn't he?
Yeah, scored as well.
Like they've got players everywhere. They've got no players going to the African Cup of Nations. Like they are just on flames.
Yeah,
absolute flames. So
do you know what? Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations to Arsenal. You've deserved it. You know, 3 years in a row coming second. Finally.
Exactly.
You know.
I mean, that's a November title call.
That is massive.
I don't think that's ever been done before.
No.
But congratulations, you Arsenal fans. Go and enjoy it. I'll be going on holiday for about 2-3 months in the summer, I think.
Absolutely.
Staying well clear of North London. And actually, one more little chat on another team. Man United.
That is evil. No need for that, but I like it.
Whoa.
You know what's good is because it's giving the big licks. Go, yeah, we're about 3 wins and 2 draws. Have not lost. Great streak, and then lose 10 men.
I've seen some meltdowns on social media, but that was right up there. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how else to say. I think we've said enough, to be honest with you, on the United situation.
It's just the United at the minute, aren't they? Do you know what? Do you know what's crazy? I can forward just, topic. Liverpool have lost, I think, 7 of their last 9 Premier League games. I'm on the same points as United. We've not got 0 points in 7 games
mad, isn't it?
In the league.
That is actually mad.
And we're still in the same points as United. Both on 18.
That's actually scary when you look at it like that. I mean, yeah, they're having a bad time. And this guy, who's like, I'm not going to cut my head until United win 5 games in a row.
Here, bro.
He needs to just give in on that one. Anyway, let's see how we get on this week. All these teams back at it in the Premier League, and me and you need some points, pal. So best of luck.
To you as well.
Yeah, lies. Bye.
Correct.